мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Following months of speculation that Russia would invade Ukraine, Moscow finally gave its troops the green light. The operation is the largest military confrontation in Europe since World War II. This video is a summary of the major events that took place since the war started. Okay, so let's start with day 1. As the UN Security Council was holding a meeting to discuss Russia's decision to recognize the independence of Ukraine's breakaway republics of Donetsk and Luhansk, Vladimir Putin announced a special operation in the Donbas region. Following the announcement, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Russian troops marched into Ukraine from 3 parts, from Crimea in the south, Belarus in the north, and from the Russia-Ukraine border in the northeast. Putin's stated aim is to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. Within minutes of Putin's announcement, explosions were heard in the cities of Kyiv, Kharkiv, and Odessa. Russian troops landed in Mariupol and Odessa. Russia also started targeting military installations, airfields, depots, and headquarters. US intelligence reports suggested that Russia planned on capturing Kyiv and removing President Volodymyr Zelensky's government. Intense fighting was also reported in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and Russia took control of the area and the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in the same day. Zelensky announced a nationwide martial law and ordered the mobilization of all males aged between 18 to 60 and banned them from leaving the country. Day 2. Russia continues intense shelling of Kyiv and Kharkiv. Cruise and ballistic missiles are launched into the cities. Ukraine starts fighting back and claims that its forces downed several Russian jets. Reports also emerge of Russia targeting civilian infrastructure in Ukraine and civilian deaths. The UN Security Council resolution condemning Russia's actions were vetoed by Russia, voted for by 11 countries, and 3 countries including India, China, and the United Arab Emirates abstained from the vote. Day 3. Intense Russian bombardment of Kyiv and Kharkiv continues. Russia has not yet been able to establish air supremacy in Ukraine and is struggling to capture Kyiv. Zelensky refuses the US offer to evacuate him and instead asks for more weapons. Moreover, the head of Chechnya, Ramzan Kadyrov, announces that he is deploying Chechen soldiers to assist Russia. Multiple reports later in the day indicate that Ukrainian special forces destroyed a Chechen battalion. Day 4. The Russian offensive on Kyiv and Kharkiv intensifies. Moscow is still unable to capture both cities. Ukrainian civil defense forces and soldiers put up a brave resistance. Reports also emerge of Ukraine using Turkish Bayraktar TB2 drones against Russian convoys and missile launchers. Day 5. Russia is still unable to capture Kyiv and Kharkiv. Ukraine accuses Russia of using thermobaric weapons or vacuum bombs, although the reports are unconfirmed. Moreover, Ukrainian and Russian officials begin negotiations. Round 1 starts in Belarus, but the talks end with no major breakthroughs. Day 6. Belarus joins the war to support Russia. Ukrainian soldiers and civilians are killed in Russian bombings. Russia bombs Kyiv's TV station and damages the Babi Yar Holocaust Memorial, where over 30,000 Jews were killed by the Nazis during World War II. Russia also captures the cities of Berdyansk and Melitopol. Kyiv and Kharkiv still remain under Ukrainian control. Reports indicate that Russia might intensify bombing of the capital. The Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov accuses NATO and the US of planning to start a nuclear war. He said that if World War III takes place, it would be nuclear. Reports also emerge that Russia plans to install former pro-Moscow President Viktor Yanukovych as president. Finally, NATO countries also start supplying Ukraine with weapons and fighter jets. Finally, as per the figures after 1 week of conflict, are the following. So far, according to the Ukrainian government, over 2,000 civilians have died and 1,684 have been injured. Similarly, the Ukrainian government says that after a week of fighting, more than 110 soldiers were killed, but Russia claims that over 2,870 Ukrainian soldiers were killed and an additional 3,700 were wounded. As for Russian soldiers, Russia claims that around 498 soldiers have been killed with an additional 1,500 wounded. However, Ukraine claims that there have been over 10,000 Russian casualties so far. Finally, the UN estimates that over 1 million Ukrainians fled the country and 160,000 Ukrainians became internally displaced.